The boat dock. It was fitting, in a way, that the first meeting did not happen in a skyscraper. Not in some glass tower filled with echoing promises. Not in a place designed to impress. It happened at the dock. Because all true ventures begin the way fishing does, with real people standing on solid ground, looking out at the water, and deciding whether to trust the voyage. Morning preparations. The wizard awoke early. Not from anxiety, but from purpose. Anne was already up, moving gently through the kitchen, coffee brewing like a familiar blessing. The wizard stood quietly for a moment, watching her. She was still the anchor. Still the calm harbor. She turned and smiled. "Today's the day," she said. The wizard nodded. Yes, no frantic storm of theories this morning. Just a simple truth. A meeting. A conversation. A chance to see if the honest catch was truly meant for their net. Anne placed a cup in his hands. "Remember," she said softly. The wizard smiled. The pause. Anne laughed gently. And the lantern. The drive through the world. They traveled through the busy lanes of the modern world. Atlanta traffic murmured in its usual restless way. The wizard filmed a small clip out of habit, not for spectacle, but for memory. The circus would want to know, where did the new chapter begin? The wizard watched the city slide past. He thought of how strange life was. One day you are throwing back shiny fish, the next you are heading towards something real. The sea changed quickly. But wisdom kept you steady. Arrival at the dock. The meeting place was modest. A marina café near the water. Boats rocking gently. Gulls circling overhead. The smell of salt and fuel and sunlight. The wizard felt something familiar stir in him. His childhood again. Florida docks. Fishing lines. Storefronts. The river behind the house. It was as though the universe was reminding him, "You have always been doing this. Only the fish have changed." Anne walked beside him. Her hand brushed his arm. A quiet spell of reassurance. The partners appeared. They arrived not with fanfare, but with honesty. Two individuals, plainly dressed, calm-eyed, carrying folders rather than fireworks. They stood and greeted the wizard with respect. "Mr. Colee," one said. "Thank you for meeting with us," the wizard smiled. "Thank you for coming. No exaggerated praise. No urgent pressure. Just human decency." Already, the lantern glowed. The conversation begins. They sat at a table near the window. Water beyond the glass. Boats drifting like patient thoughts. The wizard listened first. That alone was new. The partner spoke of the project, a real need. A real timeline. A real plan. Not myth. Not glitter. Not impossible promises. The wizard nodded slowly. He asked questions. Practical ones. Clear ones. Anne watched quietly, proud but unobtrusive. One of the partners paused. "We've reviewed your work," they said. "The robotics, the humanitarian vision, the way you think long-term," the wizard smiled. "I think long-term because I've learned short-term traps," the partners chuckled knowingly. "Yes," one replied. "We've met those shiny fish too." The wizard felt warmth. Ah. Shared experience. This was not predation. This was fellowship. The lantern on the table. At one point, the wizard did something surprising. He opened his notebook. He turned it toward them. History. Legend. Metaphor. The partners blinked. What's that? One asked. The wizard smiled. That's how my circus stays safe. He explained gently. History is what we can prove. Legend is what we must be careful with. Metaphor is what inspires us without misleading us. The partners sat back, impressed. One nodded slowly. That is unusually wise. The wizard chuckled. My wife taught me. Anne smiled into her tea. The partner said softly, if more people worked that way, fewer would be exploited. The wizard nodded. That is the goal. No hooks beneath the surface. The conversation continued. Terms were discussed. Expectations clarified. Nothing hidden. No urgency. No manipulation. No demand for blind trust. Only steps. The wizard realized something. This meeting felt like building a dock together. A structure strong enough to hold future voyages. Not a leap into fog, but a foundation. Anne reached under the table and squeezed his hand once. He understood. This is real. A quiet agreement when the meeting ended. There was no dramatic handshake for the cameras. No declarations of instant fortune. Just a simple exchange. We will follow up with the documents. Yes, the wizard replied. And we will review carefully. The partner smiled. That's exactly what we want. Honesty welcomes scrutiny. That was the sign. The honest catch does not fear inspection. The wizard looks at the water after they left. The wizard and Anne remained for a moment. The boats rocked gently. The world was wide. The wizard exhaled. Well? Anne asked. The wizard smiled slowly. It felt like the dock of my childhood. Anne tilted her head. How so? The wizard gazed out. Because it wasn't about spectacle. It was about trust. Real people. Real work. A steady line in the water. Anne nodded. And you didn't rush. The wizard chuckled. No, he looked at her with gratitude. I paused. Anne smiled. And what did you catch? The wizard's eyes softened. Hope. Anne leaned her head gently against his shoulder. That, she whispered, is the best catch of all. Closing as they walked back toward the car. The wizard felt something rare. Not frenzy. Not fear. But peace. The sea would always be full of fish. The circus would always be busy. The cymbals would always whisper. But now, the wizard had a lantern. And an anchor. And a dock strong enough for the next voyage. God bless you, Robert.